It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Steelers and the Silver and Black under the lights on Monday night.
Now from a field that will host Super Bowl. Today, well, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, it's year 4 of this wonderful building now, and it's going to host the Super Bowl come February. Fans of the Silver and Black certainly hoping their guys will be a part of it. But this is a franchise that hasn't won a playoff game since the 2002 season.
But they should be firmly focused on getting back to the playoffs. They have the team that can do that. Defensively, they get after the quarterback. Great pass rush. And now they have a new leader at quarterback, and they expect to put some points on the board.
Meanwhile, the visiting Steelers come into 2023 with something to prove. They finished above 500 at 9-8 last year, but wound up on the outside looking in terms of the playoff race.
And you and I both know how it is around Pittsburgh. Death taxes and the Steelers finish 500 or above. But they want to get beyond that. They want to get back to those days when the Steelers were playing deep into the playoffs for the chance to go to the Super Bowl. And they feel like this team is continuing to get better.
Harris. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A nice carry by Harris, who had tougher sledding than in his Pro Bowl rookie season, but still topped 1,000 yards as a Steelers sophomore. As Pittsburgh tries to climb back to the top of the AFC North, he remains a player that their offense relies on.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll run again with Harris. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. Harris running straight ahead. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Harris. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. On the give, this is Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Miles Boykin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are on the board first here in Vegas. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. That time a 9-play drive. And it's Miles Boykin who caps it with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
It's another typical season for Jimmy G last year. When he was out there, he was excellent, leading the 49ers to 7 wins and throwing 4 times as many touchdowns as interceptions. Then the injury bug bit again. For Las Vegas, they're counting on him being able to do the exact same thing they saw in San Francisco, but avoiding injury while doing so.
And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, that's certainly not the start that they envisioned, Charles. You give up the long touchdown drive, and there, an interception on their first play from scrimmage.
Brandon, I wonder if the mindset was simply, well, that was a long touchdown drive. Their defense might be a little relaxed and feel like, hey, we're in good shape now having 7 in hand. Maybe they just thought, let's take the shot at them right now. Instead, it went against them.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They hand this off to Harris. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First down, and they go back to Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it won't be easy.
Pick it now, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together. This is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Play action, Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Here we go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. That is caught. Touchdown. Jacoby Myers, 30 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass.
Quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was all capped off by Jacoby Myers. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Pickett's throw hauled in by Washington. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. This is Harris to the 43, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Second and 7. On the delay, here's Harris. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially push against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D has got to be priority one.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. Setting up the screen, Harris. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, Presley Harvin on to punt for the Steelers. DeAndre Carter back deep. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here, don't end up in the end zone, ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's caught here by Adams. And Devontae's going to have a Raiders first down as he gets this up past the 20. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Now a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. Over the middle, he's got Mayer. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. The throw out wide going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So on fourth down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Pickett to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. DeAndre Carter returning it. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2nd and 7 from the 20. Now Garoppolo. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now Austin. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now Harris. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Robert Spillane, ex of the Steelers, is there on the stop.
That's a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Here's Pickett. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Raiders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
Here we go.
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Garoppolo's throw there complete to Myers. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montravius Adams with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up back at the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Pickett. That's caught, Allen Robinson. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On the draw, it's Harris. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the gun, here's Pickett. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 36. Harris. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Well, all nickels there on the stop.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A give to Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Boswell for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Here we go.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Garoppolo over the middle. That's caught by Adams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 14-yard line. Harris will start the drive out. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
They run again with Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 2nd and a couple. Harris running straight ahead. And Najee going to have a Steelers 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Anytime that ball comes to me, I'm trying to take it. Let's hit it. Get it. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Now 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Harris. And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Okay, ready?
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. On second down, this is Harris. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 173 yards rushing for him now to this point. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Pickett down to a knee, and that is going to do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy your day.
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Las Vegas.